Yo, what up, what up? This is your favorite DJ Cali Pride, and I'm live from Mother Nature. Maybe you listen to these birds singing all around me. Yeah, and I'm happy to present to you the Ghettonome show today. And as usual, we are not AI. We are not artificially intelligent. We are an I. We are naturally intelligent. And we must keep it that way because this is the only way for us to survive through this madness. And today the topic will be about God. A lot of people, every time you mention God, they got some fears because they told them this is how God is. They portray God as a human. God is someone who is jealous. Is someone that punish his children. Is someone who just got preference, between his kids. Yeah, because God can choose some people over others. So God is just like a human being. And let me tell you something. These guys who create gods, it's just because they are so thirsty over power. They manipulate a lot of people. And they created a god that is just like them, a human who just have all of his sins, all of his bad behaviors, all of his bad thoughts. And this is crazy when you just realize that even after more than 3,000 years, people still having fear about talking about God. And some people are even ready to end up your life if you're talking bad about their gods or prophet. So I still remember this song on the album Damn from Kendrick Lamar. And on this album, that song titled Fear. And he was talking about how fear instilled in his life. And he told everybody everything about fear. When it started with his family, mother, father, would tell him not to jump on the couch, not to do this, not to do that. A lot of fear. Not telling social workers that he's living here and everything. Yeah. So there is fear ever since he was born. And we can see it in any type of people in the society. We are living in deep fear. And that fear is coming, just helping those who are on top, to control you, And most of the time, people don't want to talk about God because God is the Almighty and everything. But to me, when I see God, I see nothing but a human. Yeah, I see nothing but a human or the God that they are praising. Because most of the people on this planet, especially when I'm talking about the black community, we always swallow everything that they brought to us. They telling God, it's like this, it's like that. We never knew it, but we are so certain about it. Yeah, we even see some things that are not right about that message. But we decided to say, even if it's not right, we're gonna swallow it. And this is crazy. I still remember my relationship with God started when I was a little kid. And for any little kid, when you just listen to the words, especially when you are living in a black community, the father or the mother never told you how to think for yourself, by yourself. So you always swallow everything. And they telling you, this is how God is. This is how you're supposed to do this and that. And ever since I was a little kid, I was so fascinated by God. All of these stories that they told me, I was so fascinated by it. And then I just realized as I walk through life, I just realized that there are so many things that are not right. But I kept doing it. And when I reached 11 to 12, this is the moment I just decided to give up about the whole thing. Just imagine a little kid just like me is able to think for himself. And that moment, I still remember it. I had a bad year and I didn't have a good grade. I was feeling bad and everything. And the year was so bad. And I was so depressed about it. I could not succeed. And then at the end of the year, there was like a last exam. And I was praying God so much to help me. And nothing happened. And I still remember there was a Canadian priest. I always see it, and he was always on the church every Sunday. And this day, I decided to come to this guy and ask him. And I told him, priest, I told him, like, I pray God every day. I go to the church every Sunday. I never miss a Sunday. I'm always dressed up just to please God. But even if I did everything for God, He could not answer my prayers. He could not help me. So what can I do? Why God never helped me? And He came to me and said, you need to pray more. Maybe it's because you're not praying more. And I said, nah, I did everything. And He said, oh, sometimes God is acting in a way that only Him can understand. So the only thing you have to do is just to keep the faith and pray, because God is doing whatever He wanted, because He is the Almighty. And I was so shocked by this answer. Can you imagine? You just spend your time get on your knees, because this is how they told you to do. Get on your knees and pray every day. And that guy is telling you that even if you're praying, God can decide to change everything or not. Even if you're praying. So I understand. I say, so that means even if I pray, I can pray or not, good things or bad things would happen to me anyway. And then I think about it, because I saw this guy. He was a priest, and that man is living a better life than let's say 70% of the people in my country at that time. He was living a better life than everybody. Only thing he had to do, he just every Sunday came up with a Bible, choosing some phrase, some chapter, and then talking about it. This is his job. And he's getting paid by the government. He's not paying his rent. There is no rent. He's not paying any rent. And the only thing he had to do is just to stay single. Yeah, because they say it, but it's not always true. And that guy is living a better life, like he's living in paradise. And me, even if because when I saw this guy, how he's blessed and everything, and I said, hey, I want that same thing. So I start praying, because most of the people, when they saw how these people, they are living, the white men and everything, how they are living good, most of the people who just praying, they are praying just to be just like the white man, to have all these privileges. Yeah, people, they are doing it just to be just like a lot of people in the black community just accept God, the concept of God, because they saw how well the white man is living. But one thing they never understand is that the white man, the way he's living, he's not living it because God bless him. He's living that way because he's the only one who's ready to F up everything in order to survive, in order to live a better life and let a better life for his future. Yeah. This is crazy. And none of us, we are ready to do that effort in order to live a better life. We rather pray, because this is what they told you. They told you, hey, you see how I'm living good? You see how I'm blessed? It's just because I pray God. And these people, same thing for rappers you see everywhere. God did. This is everything that they say. God did. But you can keep on praying that God, nothing will happen to you. But these guys, you know why God did for them? Because they are ready to do the sacrifice. So the lesson that I've learned is that you have to be ready to do the sacrifice in order to see God. And if you're not doing the sacrifice and you keep on asking God, begging, God will be deaf. Yeah. God will be mute. God will never talk to you. You can see in the Bible, God is always talking with the powerful ones, the kings. Yeah. So you have to be ready to do the sacrifice. Every time a rich man's telling you that God is doing this and that, just turn your head and focus yourself on the sacrifice that you will be ready to do to be successful, if it's what you want. Yeah. So this is all I have for you about God. And I hope I can see you in the next episode. Peace.